Hey, welcome to Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. I am Dorina, president and founder of Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization that empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. We have a twofold mission, and we're here to bridge the generational gap between the older and the younger ladies. Why? Because we need each other to pass on that vital knowledge and wisdom to one another. All right. Okay, so lately, you know that I been kind of sharing a little wisdom nugget with you every Tuesday since I got back on. And one of the things I want to share with you tonight is apple cider vinegar. Um, Apple cider vinegar, if you rinse your mouth out with it, it eliminates bad breath. Isn't that good? I know you're thinking about, could I get some apple cider vinegar too? Well, anywho, I have tried it. I know that it works. But the thing is, you need to not take it when it's undiluted because it will weaken your tooth You know what? I was thinking to myself, okay, all this time I know the word, and then when I get on here, I can't say it. Enamel, your tooth enamel. So, anyway, when you take it, make sure, or if you rinse your mouth out with apple cider vinegar, just make sure that you rinse out with water real well or dilute it a little bit. So you could I would say maybe like a cap full, and then do maybe a half a cap full of water. So one full cap of apple cider vinegar and a half a cap of water, and rinse your mouth out real good. And oh my goodness, it'll take care of that bad breath. So that's good. Um, so that I just wanted to share that with you. So anyhow, you know, I always like to share with you my tea that I'm drinking. And tonight I am doing what is called plantation mint tea. So with that, you know, I don't add no creamer with that, but it is good. Okay. So whatever, you know, you're going to drink tonight, grab your drink and join us. Mm, add some wisdom, a cup of wisdom to your life tonight. All right. Tea time. Ooh, that's good. I gotta take another sip. Mm. Ooh, that's good. See my purple butterfly cup? One of my friends blessed me with that cup. Hi, if you're watching. Okay, so anywho, um, you know, I want to welcome all the first time viewers and all the replays that will watch it later. Welcome to Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. Okay, so tonight I'm kind of excited about this because I actually been thinking about this for a good while and just didn't have the opportunity to share it with you ladies. And so tonight we are going to talk about having a personal mission statement. Okay. So, you know, we hear about mission statements all the time when it comes to businesses and especially with nonprofits and things like, what's your mission statement? But have you ever thought about making your own personal mission statement? Because I thought about that, and I just think that, oh my goodness, it will add flavor, wisdom, direction, clarity, all those good things to your life when you sit down and you think about, okay, what is my personal mission? Okay, so there's some things I want to share with you, and I'm going to share with you also how to write that mission. Okay, because there's certain things that you need to think about and write it down, and don't be afraid to do this. And the other thing too is that, you know this takes, some real thinking through. So, and I'm going to give you some examples of some other ladies that have written their personal mission statement. Now, I don't know if it's changed since then, but we're going to look at Oprah Winfrey's mission statement. And we're going to look at Maya. I am so sorry if I'm saying this is wrong. Angelou. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name, but we're going to look at their mission statements just to kind of give you idea of how to write your own mission statement. Okay, and so saying that, what else did I wanted to say? Okay, so now imagine that you yourself is a business and you want to write a mission statement, a personal mission statement for your business. So your business can be whatever your name is, just to, match this up with who you are, like Darina Company or something like that. So whoever, whatever your name is, put company at the end and think about, what if your personal life was a business? What would your personal mission statement would be? Okay, so let's see, I got some things I want to share with you. So hold tight. Okay. Okay, I got a screen that I want to share with you. So let me get this going so you can see. Yeah, what we talking about tonight. Okay. So this is what we're talking about: our personal mission statement and navigational tools for life. Okay, these will help you. Whatever your mission statement is, will help you navigate through life. Okay, and it will help you know yourself more, because that's important part of your mission statement. So we're not talking about your career or anything like that. We're talking about you yourself. Um, what you aim in life to be, or your standards in life. What do you live up to? What's important to you, and what do you, I don't know, let other people know that's important to you? It's kind of like with uh, my kids and my grandkids. I try to tell them, have standards. Okay, and if people cannot live up to your standards, it's okay. but don't lower your standards to their standards just to be friends. Okay. Okay. So Connie says legacy. Okay. Do you want to expound on that a little bit for us, um, Connie? Share with us. Um, but yeah, okay, legacy. Yeah, that could be, what do you want people to write about you if you were gone? Okay, so you could think about, something like that. And let's get the wisdom out of, what's being shared tonight, and it'll help you live, a more productive life, and you'll have peace, and you'll feel good about yourself because you're gaining more knowledge about yourself. Because remember what I said about what wisdom is. Wisdom is the ability to use knowledge correctly. Okay, so you can have knowledge. Okay, I mean anybody can have knowledge. You can go to school and gain knowledge, and that's book knowledge. But if you don't know what to do with the knowledge that you gain, then you're lacking wisdom, because wisdom is the ability to use knowledge correctly. And this is what we want to learn to do, because how many know that wisdom will cause you to become wealthy? Wisdom will cause you to become healthy. Wisdom, just knowing practical wisdom, just knowing how to do things right, will open up the door for a lot of opportunities. Because, there's a lot of people out here that have knowledge. Okay, big deal. But when you know how to use that knowledge correctly, now we talking wisdom, okay? And everybody does not have wisdom. But you know what? We want to be wise teenagers. We want to be wise women, that know how to make good decisions for our lives. We want to avoid uh, uh, what am I thinking of? We want to avoid regrets. We want to avoid avoid having a bunch of regrets. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. I got it out. So, because I mean, take it from some of us, older ladies that have been down that path before and have made a lot of mistakes and have regrets. Well, when you're young, you can avoid those things just by observation and learning how to listen and be willing to accept, you know, constructive criticism or, you know, direction, you know, and, don't be that young person that nobody can't tell you anything, or don't even be that older person that nobody can tell you anything. Because right there, lack of wisdom. And you know what? If you observe that person's life, you can see where there's a whole lot of lack of wisdom, whole lot of mistakes. And you can learn from them as well, because you can learn what not to do. Okay. So let's get back to our mission statement, and let's talk about let's see what the next one. Okay, these are examples of a few mission statements. And as you can see, Kristen Johnson, she said, "It is my mission to live a life of honesty, integrity, and unconditional love, to never lose sight of what is most important, and to make, that's supposed to be to make, the world a more beautiful place through art. See, she likes art and my relationships with others. Okay. Look at Sally's mission statement. I will learn new things every day. I will enjoy work and respect my colleagues and boss. So these are some examples. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She said to be a teacher and to be known for inspiring my students to be more than they thought they could be. You know, this is her mission statement, and you can see where, well, the well-known people, you can see where they are following their mission statement. This kind of gives you a roadmap to follow. And look at Maya. This is the one I was trying to say her last name, Maya Angelou. I really like hers. My mission in life is to not merely to survive, but to thrive and to sow. I know I must not have wrote that right. And so to with and do so, that's what it means. And do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Oh man, I like that. That really speaks to me because you know, I like humor, you know what I mean? And I like the idea of the style and doing it. Anything you do, you ought to have some passion. Okay. So these are just some examples of other people's mission statements. And you can see that they wrote out their mission statement. So it's important that you take time to think about, you know, what's important to you in life, you know. Okay, so we talked about all of that. Now let's talk about actually what it takes to write the mission statement. So look at this. Questions to ask yourself. Okay? So what is most important to you in life? What's most important to you? In other words, what are you passionate about? How about that? What are you passionate about? So I wanted to share this screen with you because, you know, take the time to write these questions out. Here, let's make it big. Write these questions out and ask yourself, what is most important to me in life? And what am I passionate about? You know, like with me, you know, I am passionate about transforming lives. That, you know, I am passionate about helping teenage girls and wisdom to make good decisions in life, you know. And because, you know, I made so many bad decisions in my earlier years, and, you know, and later, my latter years, I started really observing those that uh, exhibited lady wisdom, and I started gaining wisdom my own self. And, you know, just the hardship that you go through in life, you know, with me, you know, made me want to help others not to go through the same thing. And so that's why I'm here doing what is passionate to me. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, how would you want others to describe you? That's what we was talking about earlier when we talked about legacy. How would you want somebody to describe? I heard somebody say one time, what would you want somebody to put on your tombstone? You know, with me, well, I would have to say I want to be known for a woman that loved God. Okay, a woman that was honest and a woman of integrity. And so, think about think about how would you want others to describe you? Okay, the next one is what are your unique strengths? Okay, and I've been talking about this before, and that's the reason why I try to stress the point of knowing what your strengths are, knowing your characters, knowing yourself, because these things are important, because I heard somebody say that you really can't really know uh, others until you really know yourself. And, once you know yourself, you can kind of really know others. And also, once you become confident and knowing who you are, then you won't spend a lot of time comparing yourself to other people because you won't really care about that. So, one of the ways I have mentioned before, if you don't uh, know your strengths, um, take a strength test or a character test, which we have on our website at www.womenofwisdominc.org. And you could just go on and click on Discover You tab, and it's free. It's a free survey. It only takes about maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and you get your results right away. And so, really, you it'll you'll benefit from it. I benefit from it. There was one test that I took one time, and oh my goodness, you know, because of the way that I grew up, and most of you know my story if you have been on here before, that my mom passed away when I was 11 months. I was raised by my dad for most of my childhood up until about 12. He remarried, and so a lot of stuff that I learned by people talking about me and putting me down, and things I just simply just didn't know. And a man back in those days, they just don't know, how to teach, you know hygiene, and uh you know things that you learn from a mother. You just can't get that from a man. And so, growing up the way I had to kind of made me angry. Um, Not being, every Mother's Day, I didn't have a mother to, like all the rest of the kids, celebrating and making Mother Day cards and all this kind of stuff. So I just kind of had a somewhat of a chip on my shoulder and everything. And so, you know, I'm saying all that to say I took this test, and it was all about, what your talents are or what your gifts are. And you know what the lowest on my gift was compassion. I had no compassion towards people. And and I didn't even really realize that I was that low on the totem pole on compassion. But when I took that test, it made me, oh, Connie, oh, let's share this. Connie says my lowest was mercy. So I understand because I know a little bit about Connie's story and everything. And so I understand that because I was low on mercy as well. So that was, but when you grow up with people taking advantage of you and um, some things I've had, I've, counseled people and mentor women and all this kind of stuff. So I hear all kinds of stories out there. And some things you don't even know that you're being abused because as a child, you just think that that's normal. Doesn't everybody do that? Because that's the way you're raised and that's what you think. And then when you grow up and you find out that everybody else wasn't treated that way, or everybody else had the opposite, had nice things and was treated nice and all this kind of stuff like that, you think, wow, wait a minute. I didn't know that I was, what's wrong with me? You start thinking all these thoughts and everything. And so it's good to take those tests, find out where you are, and then, improve on it. And you know what? Years later, I went back and I took my test again, and it showed that I was growing in my area of compassion. And today I would have to say I am much higher, on the scale than when I started out, and that was years ago. And so that helped me discover where I was at, what I needed to change, and yes, yes, Connie, growth. Because you know what? Growth is good when it's done right and when you do it with wisdom. And so that's why it's important, that you know, we apply these things that we're learning so we can get better. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, what standard do you uphold most? Example given: honesty, faith, integrity. What standard or what principle is important to you to live by? Really, to be honest, honesty is one of mine. I mean, I took the character test, and honesty was at the top of my list. And even though it is a positive thing, you still have to make sure that you walk in wisdom with honesty, because sometimes you can be uh, honest at a time where you should just not say anything, because sometimes, and then you gotta weigh that out, because there's a time for everything, that not trying to say, there's a time to lie, because we know that there's no time to lie. But what I mean by that is, you know rather, I've heard some people say, let me put it like this. I heard some people say, well, I was honest about it, you know and yes, thank you, Connie. She said include love, and that's the key. And I've heard people say, well, I was honest about it, they, the blah 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 about this but you hurt that person's feelings. It may be true, it may be honest, but did it need to be said? And that goes back to the ability to use knowledge correctly. You have the knowledge, but you need to use it correctly. And that's wisdom, when you don't just go out and blab, just Yeah, well, I was honest about it. Well, yeah, you may have been honest about it, but that wasn't, you shouldn't have said that. I'm telling you stuff that I've done myself. So, okay, don't feel bad about it. Just learn from it. That's the key. Okay, let's see. Write these down now. What legacy? Okay, there we go. What legacy would you like to leave behind, like 30 years from now? And you know what? Dream big. Dream big. What legacy would you like to leave? And get right down to the core of who you aim to be. Oh my goodness, that is such a good roadmap for life. Now that will navigate you. These are tools that will navigate you through life. Okay. And you know what? It's good to know these things about yourself. It's good to grow and knowing what your personal mission statement is. So, next week we're going to talk about your core values. What are your core values in life? What do you want to live by? And so we'll work on those next week. And you know what? We didn't take a tea time break. Tea time. This mint tea is delicious. Mm, boy, that is so good. Okay, so this is your assignment. Yay! This is your assignment, and so okay, so work on your personal mission statement. Do not rush through it. Do not feel like it's got to be perfect, because you know what? Even as you write it down, you're going to make adjustments as time goes by. Okay. All right. Well, this is Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. I hope that you take the information, the wisdom that was given to you, and apply it to your life and start seeing things change for you for the better. Okay. Always remember, Dorina loves you, and walk in wisdom. All right.